me start this. Minimize this as software, yeah. Mm. Edit. Public. Done. Save. Yeah. So me check what I said too. Okay. That's strange. Alright. Let me do about this over. Still try to figure this shit out. Alright, so it look like YouTube live. Seems like Facebook live too. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so my first time I really do this. So I hope it don't really, feel weird. Then we move on to the mixing. So what I'm gonna do, I try to stream it on Facebook also. Don't find an efficient way to do it as yet, but we're going to do it. So the Facebook page is Eldorado Productions. You see me? Yeah, so that. So I'm now streaming to Facebook and also on YouTube. Just checking some things. G code, I pre now. I pre, bro. There wanna go and hold them see me, Think they say you don't link me dog, but nah you fine, yeah. Why G I deal with? Yeah. But me there, bro. Me there. So seem like everything set up the way it should. Yeah, you see me. So still one monitor me to use me to try to figure this shit out. You see it. So what I and I gonna do tonight, this I come off a slave and all of that, I'm just say alright, me touch the studio and see where I go on, you see me. So this particular beat, I'm gonna mix this particular beat tonight. You see me. Me really go pay attention to the comments and so on and so forth. But you'll see, here you go. Yeah, so currently live now on Facebook. The page is Eldorado Productions, and also on YouTube. I'm finding other ways and means to really stream on other platforms where people circle upon more while. So, but so far, so Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, so the page is Eldorado Productions, just as the production label. And on YouTube, it's Eldorado TV. Yeah, so moving over to Pro Tools, as I said, I'm still find efficient ways and means so to really set up this thing. So we can stream better on both platforms. Cause I know some people depend the whole Facebook thing. So this is the instrumental we go work on tonight. Yeah. Yes, it's very low. Let me see. So yeah. So may I do a turn on headphone amplifier. Yeah. But I guess me check one more thing. Cause I think the camera turn off, you know. Me turn on and see how you go. Look like that never set up. So for now, we just work without the camera. See? Alright. So without further ado, we have drums and music, no vocals. So I basically just drum and music. Me kind of start to arrange the thing them a little bit different. So every now and then, we probably might peek on the comment them and so forth and so that. So we just want to and move on to here. Let's see if we can make anything here bigger. Let me do it here. Alright, so this are the drums. Well, I think we did arrange it to some degree. So this, yeah, so let me see what this is. Alright, so that a guitar. What's this? Been so long, we make the rhythm here. Alright, so that's some keys. Yeah, and what is this? Okay, some more keys. So everything up here, so we're leaving a blue. Well, we change the color. Down to this section, we're gonna call these, just our color code them. We're gonna call these drums, bass, or any form of sub frequencies. We're gonna call it, we go color that, and for music or everything else, we go color it in this. Yeah, that even, well, that kind of brownish. So we'll work with that. We will call this music. You see me? So it's easier for me, like when I navigate to the session, I look on the color and say, all right, this is where I'm supposed to be, because you can have very, very, very large sessions, and you can have really teeny tiny sessions. Yes, it just depends on how the session is constructed. You see me? Because you can have one whole heap of tracks to make the rhythm. You see me? Then you have one whole heap of tracks for the vocals. You see me? And depends on effects, how the vocals to be treated, and so on and so forth. The session can get extremely large. You see it around 70 tracks or so. Anyways, don't be popping them out outside in the mind. You don't know how mongrels are. It is what it is. This need to change back to, this is the kick, so we're gonna put that in a rate too. So first and foremost, what I like to do when mixing my session, I like to group things. And for these, I am going to group all my drums to, wait, oh, how convenient. All right, so what I'm going to do, let me see if I find the anything on drums bus. Okay, look like I'm gonna go off it, so I'll do it again. Drums bus. Am I doing it wrong? Drums bus. Okay, so everything's a drums bus, but we don't have an auxiliary. The quickest way, if you're new to Pro Tools, is to go to track, new, select stereo, auxiliary track. You can name it. Yes, sir. So we're going to name this drums and click enter or select create. So we're going to go to the input of this track, go down to here where I already have all of these set up. Basically, how I wrote things them in our session. So this kind of translate over from a previous session where I had some tracks set up. So we go so work with that for now. And this, we're going to send this output of this track to a track where we call mix bus. So now, let me go here, because I mix like a river. We're going to create another track, and this track is going to be a stereo master fader, and I am going to name this router. So for this track, anything that come in here, I can turn it up and down how I feel like. And aside from this track, we're going to name it, we're going to use the input mix bus, and after this track we're going to go track here, okay, and create new, and we're going to select an auxiliary stereo track, and we're going to name this output. Kind of weird, don't? So we're gonna use this input and we're gonna use it for the mix bus. So here's the trick why I structure it like this. The plugins them and the auxiliary here while mixing, me can control the amount of volume when I hit me plugin them before them go over here. So let me demonstrate. Let me find a busy part of the track where the bass is. Yes, so this is the most busy part of the track. Anyways, let me go over here. So alright, you can see no drums because the other tracks them not really wrote yet. So let me mute all of these. So you hear no drums. Oh, the drums never wrote. Let me see here. Drink boss here. Oh, I'm gonna mute it. So I turn down the master fader. Not now come out here. So I can control the amount of sound overall going into those plugins on my mix bus here. You know, so I should just name this mix bus. Let me name this mix bus. Or 2 bus. We just call it 2 bus. Okay. No. Let me change it. I don't want to come in there so I can send thing. Why for that CMA? So I'm going to name that. Use the Roman numeral. Alright, so this we could call it 2 bus. See? Anyways, you control all of the sounds them before you hit me plugin them. So instead of the turn on individual track after me reach a certain distance in the session, it can affect how the sounds really behave well together. So instead of they go and a fiddle diddle with all of the CMA, I can turn it down and see me still happy with the overall level. Then me can go back and nitpick at all of these things. You see, for now, I like to have it like -5 to begin with. So me not really hit the plugins and on the mix bus as hard as possible. So let me see if anyone posts any questions. Aftermath XT, what's good? Long time. Yeah, bro. Long time you know do nothing. So we just decide to forward in and say, alright, bam, you do some mixing in a night, yeah. Yeah, what was this circle? Or yourself, man. Yeah, man, we'll go and mix, you see me? Yeah, been a while since we mix any material, you see me? So probably the methods and probably might different. Probably just do something quick and fast and see how you go. Yeah, so let me see here. Yeah, everything still look good on Facebook. Yeah, everything still look good. We still now no viewers, no, but whatever, you will build yourself over time. Just don't make it annoying, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you know, let's get back to the Pro Tools. So that is all I'm really do that part. So let me see here. So drums, just so get one different, the auxiliary track one different royal blue color, and we go and do the same thing. Control Shift N or Command Shift N on Mac. So we go do auxiliary samples and number of auxiliary just so the two for now. And we're gonna move one of these down here, and we're gonna do here with base there, base money. Okay, so we'll go output to base auxiliary, and this one just so do okay, let me see here. I don't have no auxiliary, so I'm just so, for argument's sake, we just so go here. Okay, music bus, voila, and mix bus, and go to this. We go mix bus, so everything around the same way. But for demonstration purpose, I am going to use the same color. Wow, the studio is so hot. Anyways, for that. Alright, so we unmute all these sounds, and here it goes. Yes, I like how that sound. Alright, so I like how that sound. First, when I'm mixing, I like to mix my drums first, being as the reason why that is the bounce, as how I like it. We start with the bounce of the song first, then we start with the music after. You see me? So my life to deal with the bounce, you know, so me have the bounce or the right way in the song or the record. You see me? If you use to that terms, but are in the tune. You see me? Yeah, in the tune, my life to deal with the what keeps the music going for the people, them nod and bounce them head and all of these lovely things. So for the drums, we're gonna mute the buses for the music and for the bass, and we're gonna move, well, I like to mix in context, but for this particular song I'm going to start with drums. Okay, what I did forget to do is to route this to music. Alright, look like me still I use the wrong shortcuts, as we used to do Windows shortcuts. So everything go, oh, did I put it on the left side? Yeah, stereo. Yeah, so I like to start off with the kick, so me hear the kick sounds in my headphone. Alright, so the kick is really loud, so what I'm going to do for this particular one, I'm going to clip it around a dB or 2. No, let me just go -2, 0.8. So we go -2, being as we start from here, then it go here. So just I give myself a tiny bit of headroom to kind of work with the kick. So first, I like to slap an EQ on it to see if anything more of the code height. So the kick have one click sound in it. I don't know if you can hear it, but after the kick, you just hear one click. And see it they come up here, so. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is to use a high pass filter, well, that kind of too steep still, and kind of cut off the click. Where the click is. It is there. But it sounds a little bit more narrow. Let me see if I have any tool to deal with the clicking. Sound feel the click. Where it is? Oh, it's not on the system. Okay, but I think we could use RX to take it out. But that go take up too much time, I know. Yeah, so we have to go do that. They remove the click thing. Okay, let me see noise reduction if we have anything there. Click. Declip. Click. Let me see if this tool can help me. So let me bypass this and hear how it sound. Output the click. I'm not really familiar with this tool. Alright, so let me do this. I'm in this here. Think it too much, me turn off the sensitivity. Alright, so just having it on it. Alright, so just having it on it, it seems like you remove the click. So I'm gonna put this after it and see how it look. Let me bypass this high pass filter. Alright, so I'm not hearing any click. So yeah, that is so fantastic. So what I'm going to add to it now, I'm going to use a soft clipper. Let me see here. I'm gonna clip the peaks then before. Where's Sir Audio? I think I have an old clipper here, so yeah, so we so use this to kind of clip it. And then we can add on this. I think I cut out too much. Come down a little bit. Yeah, so cut out the peaks. Then what I'm going to do is add a compressor. A compressor will kind of have more control over. Let me see here. And this is a compressor. Let's see how it smells. Now one more 4 dB. Sound a little bit rounder. I think the attack point is kind of too fast. And the release, we want it as fast as possible. Try again. Yeah, so the kicks are really fast, so I'll leave it at that for now. Let me move to the hats. Alright, so what I'm going to do, let's see if we can go. Alright, so I'm going to remove that plugin. I'm going to, let me see here, add a little bit of saturation on it, kind of making it sound so dry. Just get like a flavoring on it. Some of these plugins hasn't been loaded up in a while, so yes, they're going to take a while to come up. so I guess that should do that for now. Let me hear these. Yeah, then kind of dark-ish one way. Yeah, so let me see if they give any low end frequency, make it so dark. No, that's not the case. So we just all leave everything as is. Let me check here. Wagwan Dreamix. Long time in here from the General. The General Dream X. Yes. So we just all leave that as is. Let me hear these sounds. Oh, non-mute. We can stay as is. And let me see here. Yeah, maybe hear some reverb on the sound. Yeah. Alright, so this song contains reverb and some low end. So we just saw yeah, so for this I want a wider boost. So what I'm going to do for this particular sound is to okay, let's use the mid-range EQ from Universal Audio and just use around 5k. We'll just go peak it around 2 dB. Yeah, I think around 3 it sound the best. Let's all leave everything as is and moving on to this sound. Alright, so this, I think this sound will clean up because it is a supportive sound, and alright, so this have some reverb. So being as it a darker sound, what I'm going to do is just add some saturation pony. Alright, so this percussion, layered percussion, is sound even bigger. So here it's sound without it. And with it. Without the supporting sounds plugin on there. And with it. Yeah, so it sounds a little bit larger. Yeah, so doing things in increments for like when you mix it add up over time. So we're gonna move on to the Sango percussion toms. Alright, so how we can make this better? First, we're gonna EQ it. Give it a little bit of tone shaping. Alright, so let's mute these. It's a darker sound. So more want some like some of the tapping kind of come off one bit. So squeeze out a little bit of this. Don't want so much in it. Alright, so a little bit of the body in it. And what I'm going to also do for this track is to compress it a tiny bit. To kind of tighten it a little bit. So I'm going to use a super soft compression. Push about the same amount where they reduce. Soft knee. Probably back off the threshold a little bit. Yeah. So I like how that sound so far. What's this? Let me unmute it. Alright, so this probably just use our box on it. Yeah, I think that kind of sound our way. Alright, so let's move on to the bass. Now I use no bus processing as yet. What's going on? Single band, low latency. Cause this sound like it a drag. Yeah, me hear the click come back. Alright, so for this now, wait, a 10 me click one. Let me see, 11. D-click. Let me see if you have an additional control or just the same thing then paint over back. Yep, same thing then paint over back. So I'm just copy the settings that I have here. So low latency and 2.3 and yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna remove this. So probably in the future when if we uninstall and update the software. Okay. Yeah, so we're not issue this one. Okay, so let's move on to the bass. So like the thing is a fight. Alright, so what I'm going to do a side chain. So let me go send here. So boss send, come on. So we're going to do a little bit of side chaining. So 5 for example. Then on the here we're going to use this and we go input key to mono 5. So that goes send the signal over here. So no, this goes send and some triggering now go on. So side chain, turn on the side chain there, and voila. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I did not turn this up to unit again. Alright, so what really happened now, the poke down the bass or the sub lab bass here, so 808 bass to around 3+ dB. So it can have it because through the why we make this decision? Because this track is mostly drum driven. You see me? So we make the decision. We say, all right, the drums will always be dominant, whether the bass did it or not. You see, so the bass enter the track or start play within the track now. You know, we have that for kind of make sure, to make certain that the kick stays dominant, regardless. Additional element keep on go in and out of the song. The kick still stays dominant. So that's the purpose of me using this sidechain. Not all tracks me really sidechain, but for the most part, if it's a song, especially dancehall music where it is mostly rhythm and bass, dancehall nowadays is kind of like that. You see, more kick and the style of kick pattern of them use in the music and so forth like that, like double kicks, triple kicks, whatever the case may be. You see me? Yeah. So for me, for bass, I have no need to turn down anything because it's so being as I did make the instrumental, some volume adjustment did make within production of the instrumental. So oftentimes I really don't throw, if me make the rhythm, I really don't turn on anything. So don't watch this. If you need to turn on stuff in your beat, please do so. But if you have build a beat and you go mixing on different software, you can adjust the volume before you reach there. So if you know, alright, this is how it should sound. You see me? Going forward. You see me? Anyways, a mad thing, man. So I like to use on my bass first like a 2A style compressor, and for that I always use the tube compressor here. You see, you have various different styles of 2A style compressor, and it have a long rich history within music. So I like to fling like a tube compressor to kind of make my bass sound smooth and tight. So let me bypass and hear it sound. Let me certain that I'm in the correct section of the song, and we just go on the grid and mark here. The grid's kind of too far off, so I'm put it at bar so it can be selected how me like it. So alright, so it's a little bit more tighter. And more control. We don't think really want not much on. I'll just put this over here. So, whoop. Come on, what's going on? So I'm just put this on bass aux. Just name it boss. I have it like that. After that, sometime what I will do is to add a saturation on it. So let me go here. Sometimes I add it before, kind of. Kind of give it kind of get more weight. I will do that sometimes, but it sounds like stuff are being out of control. So what I'm going to do is cut off some of the sides. Let me see here. So the plugin that I like to use is this one. No, I think that's the wrong one. So plugin alliance, I like to use this one, and Why this keep on happening? And cut off some of the side. I'm going to 12. Cut off up like around 150. So we don't really have any stereo frequency down here, so we sometimes affect the mixes of some sort. Yeah. Okay. Check here. So yeah, so it's nice to know that it's working. Yeah. So still at work. Yep, good to go. Anyways, let me go. Yeah, I like what that sounds, so I'm just turn on the music and turn it. So I like how that sounds so far without adding a bunch of plugins on it. I think this is an effect. Alright, so we just will leave that as is. Move on to this. Feel like I want to EQ this. Alright, so let me put sub frequency in a really necessary for me for this particular track. So I like that so far. I'll go add an next plugin, and this time what I am going to do is, let me see here. No, I don't want some of these plugins. Let me use this plugin here where you can mix and match some of the stuff then. So this plugin is between SSL Fusion and some sort of Neve channel strip, something like. Yeah, it model from. I don't exactly remember the other one, but it model from some sort of Neve thingy. Like, you see me? So I'm a huge sucker for presets. Let's see the factory preset for guitars. Let me see, guitar bus. See if this really work. Okay, why that would I do? Don't filter it already. Really sound like you do much, but me can hear a little bit more body to the guitar so far. Okay, and something else. I think more of a open up a little bit. So I'm going to use an EQ from Universal Audio, and I am going to use the Pultec style EQ, where you're probably familiar with. So my life keep my mixes very simple and not overcomplicate things. So around from 5, go use a very broad bandwidth, and I am going to boost around 2 dB. Hear that sound. 2 more dB. So I like all that sound. Add this to it. What sound is this? Alright, so we just all keep this simple. You don't really want this stick out. Okay, let me move on to the voice here. So Alright, so what I'm going to add here is the Vox. What I am doing, stereo. I think I want to remove the low end. And what I'm going to also do is to boost here, but the EQ that I want to use is a very different one. This British style EQ. This EQ is somewhat bright, and for this particular vocal I think it would work. So here, let me see, around 15k. I'm going to boost a little bit here. Alright, as a matter of fact, let me start it on writing times. No, not the bass. Yeah, I'm gonna work with the bright times. So let me turn off this EQ. Let's see. Yeah, so it's not so dull. It's not so dull now. Alright. So let me here. Alright, so I'm now on a super lows for this particular track. I feel like I want to run this through a tape. And I'm going to use that one, but what I'm going to use is another tape plugin. And here it's sound. Okay. As much as this they get some slight compression, that's a tape style compressor. Still I feel like I want to compress it a little bit more. Alright, so what I'm feeding for, let me use this one. Wait, no, not this one. Alright, so let me try. No, this is the black one. The one we want is well, let me use this one, original. I should have one link button. Anyways, let me just, oh, that's too much. That's still too much. That's too much. Okay, yeah, so me really like how that sound now. I think it's spike at the end, so I'm just going to dial it back a little bit. Yeah, so don't forget to check out on Facebook, eldohradoproductions. I'm starting to stream there now. If you're always on Facebook, you can check it out there, and on YouTube at Eldorado TV. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and interact. Comment on videos that you like. If you're interested in anything, you can always post questions below similar videos, and I have a tendency to go through and make videos accordingly. So yes, again, it is Facebook at Eldorado Productions and YouTube at Eldorado TV. going on. Let me see if I see anything. Nope, no one is commenting, but all who watch it, yes, thumbs up to you. Moving on. So I'm going to do a little bit of bus processing. Not much. So we already start off with some mid-side processing. And what I'm going to do, like in the 300 boxy range, I'm going to dip out a tiny little bit, shave off some of the side up to around 30 hertz, and take off some of the tops. Well, that's kind of a little bit too extreme. Fit kind of keep it kind of like a moony something like. So I don't really affect it that much. Well, me still need to do this. What I've could have done is do a mono maker up to around 120 or something like that. And what I always do with this plugin is like bump up the stereo width to kind of get a little bit more wider. Okay, another thing was sometime I may or may not do. There's a particular plugin from Acoustica Audio that I got back in the past. It named Jet. Yeah. So I tend to use this just for coloring purposes. It's really heavy on the CPU. So it depends. If me hear my fan start be a noise, I'm going to take it off. But for the most part, sometimes what I will do is run my sound them through it. If you kind of hear it sound and make some adjustment accordingly if the adjustments are needed to be made. So we just wait for the plugin to load up. The computer kind of slow. When it come out the streaming, the plugin them take a very, very long time to load. Well, you have different algorithm. And let me see here. We now have an algorithm for that. And now factory preset. Wow. Let me see here. I immediately click the wrong place. Alright, so not for side chaining, standard. There's a particular preset that I use on a particular song. Let me try this and see what it sounds like. Well, no, seem like nothing change. Or probably it's a mix one. Magic Smile, let me try that. I really don't know much for this particular song. I don't think I want to use it on it, so let me remove it. So being as that has already finished, what I do sometimes is to add another clipper. It can be sometimes you use it, sometimes I don't, but for this particular song I'm just going to no. What I'm going to do first is for the drum bus, I'm going to use the same SSL compressor. We have SSL compressor. Alright, so let me go to a busy section of the song. So here we carry on this. What I'm going to do in front of it is to add another plugin. Let me see here. So Sonox Inflator, we kind of add some little harmonies to it if you make it sound a little bit bigger. Yeah. For some reason, it sounds like it'll get tough. Yeah, it's definitely getting tough. What can I do? May turn on the threshold and turn back on this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is bypass this. Alright, so after my bypass is add a little bit of inflator, kind of turn up it some more. Like how that sound. Okay, so let me see here. No, we don't put that on the. So may add Slate Digital Fresh Air here on the music. Alright, so we are achieving -6 dB, which that is good. That will tell me something on the right track when you come on to loudness. So yeah, that sound really good. So as we say, we want to glue this together. So let me try SSL style compressor. No. For that, more to put it here. And let me see here. Is it Xcomp? No, I think this is the wrong one. I think it is a mastering grade compressor. Yes, this one. I'll bypass it first. And on the bus here, I want to use another plugin. I don't think it's here. Armina, I remember what the plugin name. Alright, but no matters. We gonna find that plugin. Let me see here. Dirty tape, nope. No, it is somewhere about the place, but we just don't remember that particular plugin name. Waste Factory, no. And I think this is an IQ. Alright, so this are the cream. So around 2K, I think we'll boost that a little bit, the mids. So yeah, I'm gonna compress this a little bit. I like to start off with preset and adjust a little bit after. Alright, so so make up gain, we turn on that. This weird freaky setting on the compressor. Yeah. So Yeah, so on the mix bus, what typically you want to do is just make the compressor kiss. So before that, I think I'm going to add another inflator from Sonox, and yeah, pretty much that's how I do it. And for the last plugin we go have is this free plugin from Isotope. It is called Imager. So we're gonna have Imager too. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is click on the stereo button and widen the mix a little bit. Yeah, so it kind of open up the mix a little bit without getting really fuzzy. And if you kind of top it off, you can always use a limiter that really works for you. But for this one, you probably can download it free. Where it is, it's not kind audio or key value, whatever it wants to name. It's from the company name Kurnoff. It's a free limiter that me use like when me record tracks I need to bounce out and demo give the artist. I'll use this particular limiter to kind of turn up things. Yeah, I don't have a lot of limiter, so me kind of use them sparingly. And me decide say a bunch of plugins not really work for me, you know. So there's a lot of plugins I'm really stop use, and there are some I still use. Alright, so I'm turn on my headphone amp a little bit, see if we can crank the volume on the thing here. Music we a make, music we a make, music we a make. Well I know, music sweet, mixing sweet, production sweet, everything sweet. Yeah, so me like with me, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if me did I speak, I probably would have sound different, isn't it? But I think something really has stand out. It's like something. What we can do for these is kind of turn on a little tiny bit, 1.3. So we turn on this CM 1.3. Yeah, so basically what we really do upon this is just cleaning up, enhancing, because vocal company you can't really overdo it upon the rhythm. You see me? And one of the best ways to really mix is mixing a full session with the track, so you get more balance and so forth over it. But if you don't really have that option, you can really do things like this same way, where it is as in, you know, say you make the decision based knowing that vocals are company, because oftentimes really listen rhythm and the rhythm is so full, like the beat makers don't really think sometimes about the artists and whoever mix the instrumental them and so forth like that, don't really think our vocals are company. So sometimes the engineer who are mixed the overall session probably have to carve out some of the rhythm them, and it probably might sound slightly different, and the beat makers don't feel pleasant with it. Yeah, so always remember, if you get artists a rhythm, remember vocals work upon it. So you can really, you have to have to leave that pocket whereas the vocals go up on it. But basically with this sort of mixing, it is extremely light. You see me? I'm mostly enhancing and cleaning up the vocals. You see me? So enhancing the track and cleaning up. So it things are a little bit more separate and yet still glued together, and also everything is placed in a tiny little pocket. So after the stream probably make a little bit more adjustments, whereas it comes with levels, because listening on speakers and listening to headphone are two different things. So we kind of get two different perception and make the best choices of both worlds. Yeah, so always use references. References are one of the outstanding things you can do to kind of make critical judgment of your track. You see it? So if you have references, you can really use those to gauge how you want a track to really sound towards, like say you want if it sounds like Chronic or a Law Boss or probably one of Hampton and Productions, or you want if it sound like one of Red Boom mix them or something like that. So it's always good to use references when you come on to like mixing your music and you're unsure of the direction. So questions like these are meant to be asked by the whoever produced the track. You see, as a mixing engineer, these are questions that are meant to be asked. If you have, any direction where the music is supposed to head, you see me, who is this target song is for? You see me, you can ask questions like those to kind of get an understanding what kind of energy to really apply to the song. You see me? Yeah, because sometimes you might say, alright, this is how I mix. You see it? And then the artist will say, boy, song is too dark, why you can't sound bright like this? Or it's too bright, or too airy. You see me? Then you tend to use some word, so you really have to try to figure it out. Yeah, so this mix is extremely light, and yeah, I really like it and satisfied with the sound. I don't think I want to put it any further than this, but I think I'll go catch you in another video, whereas I'm going to step out for this one. We'll go mix one another rhythm. You see me? Probably something a little bit more up tempo. So let me check to see if any additional. No. Yeah. So without further ado, it's a boy Eldorado. Until next time.